Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Kim Hui, coming to you live from Sedona, Arizona. Thank you for tuning in here tonight with us, wherever you are. And I know it's holiday season, so season's greetings for everyone as we celebrate the holiday season from around the world. I'm really happy right now to be here in Sedona, celebrating this holiday season. And as some of you know that I did a talk when I was in Jakarta, Indonesia, a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people had asked for this talk, and I did a talk because in the times that we're living in right now, especially the last couple of years, many people are looking for ways to shift into the seasons of change, and truly we are living in season of change right now. And so as an entrepreneur, I often ask myself, what can I do? How can I be of more value? How can I be of impact to humanity at this time we're living in right now? So with that, I'm really excited to showcase, to launch this presentation, because I truly believe that in the space that we're in, it is the most misunderstood industry in the entire world. And this industry, as I often said, when it's done right, it is a beautiful thing. And for those of you that do not know me, my name is Kim Hui. I've been an entrepreneur, impact entrepreneur for the last 30 years, and I've been in this space for 30 years. And so I've been tremendously blessed with this industry. And so, and I would tell you, I mean, what I would do through this presentation we're going to share with you tonight here, hopefully you'll gain insights or having the right lens in looking at what it is that we're doing. And also at the end of it, you will understand why this is a gift of timing. Besides being a holiday season, this is truly timing is in our hands right now, that we can make an impact. We can go out there and make change, make a difference in other people's lives, in our own lives, at the same time in making a difference in other people's lives. So what I like to do right now is I like to share with you a brand new PowerPoint. And so as I said earlier, truly, we are now shifting into the season of change. With all that's happening, what can we do? Many people, it doesn't matter where I go around the world, many people are looking for a way out. Many people are looking for better alternatives. What is, whatever paradigm that we've been conditioned, we've been taught, it maybe no longer serve us. So here's what I like to do. I really like to showcase this PowerPoint, and through this, that hopefully when you're open, you will gravitate to what we're here to share with you here today. And so when we talk about business, allow me to talk about the evolution of the business model. And so, this is going to resonate with many of you, okay? And so now, many people, when they want to start a business, it's a startup, right? And here in America, I guess most people will relate to back in the old days, a lemonade stand. I think still, my kid, my son, when he was young, he did his lemonade stand right in front of the garage, right? Or you do bake sale, or some people, when they get a little older, when they do startup, they could do a coffee on a wheel or whatever. So with a startup business model, that basically what you do is that you do it yourself. It's DIY, right? You do it yourself, you make it yourself, you sell it yourself, you serve it yourself, and you manage it yourself. So this is DIY. And how do you get traction? How do you get business? It's really through foot traffic or word of mouth, okay? And so, minimal overhead, because you have a little stand and you have your lemon and if you're making a lemonade stand, right? Or coffee for that matter. So this is startup business model. And as people start making money, what do people do? And this, I'm sure most of you will resonate, because it's the brick and mortar business. When you make a little money, then people say, well, I want to bring seemingly legitimacy to the business, and they open a storefront, right? So when you open a storefront, now one store, you'll be able to serve multiple customers at the same time if you have the staff, right? The staffing. And how are you going to promote your business? Through word of mouth, through advertising, and sometimes foot traffic as well. And so there's a benefit to having a storefront. It seems like it established a presence, right? A physical location, if you would. But at the same time with that, it also brings in more overhead to your business. Now, as many of us have witnessed, decades ago, 2 decades ago, maybe, there's the technology event. Because of the event of technology, well, guess what happened? People start bringing their business online. Okay. So it's going to, some people will have a virtual store only, an online store. Some people will maintain their physical location presence, but at the same time, they're taking their business online. So you have a virtual business, and the benefit of having a virtual business is that, it's no longer limited to your geographic location. You can serve with online, it's open 24/7. And so obviously, depending on your model, if you still keep your brick and mortar, your physical location, then you will have a location, you have an overhead with that, plus your overhead running your online business. Okay. So, obviously when you have a virtual store, you're going to still have to hire people to do your logistics, your shipping, if you are the provider of your product and services, you're also going to have research and development. All that is on your shoulder when you have your own business, a virtual online business, right? So, oftentimes people go, well, what's next? And here's what I'm going to talk about. What's next? With all that's changed, like technology evolve. Same thing with business model. There's an evolution that's happening. And what I call the next evolution is called the social e-commerce. And you understand more about it as I go on. So what is a social e-commerce? What's so special about it? Well, social e-commerce is relationship based, and there's a shared interest between you and your social network, right? And what's another benefit of social e-commerce? You get to leverage the global economy, and also with the minimum overhead. Okay, minimal overhead. So I'm going to go over the functions and features of each of these models so that it will drive this point home. Okay, so some of the features and functions of each model, like I said, the selling direct, you have a little store, you have to sell to the customer directly one by one, right? One-on-one, you sell it to the customer, you service your customer, right? And the second one with the storefront, that it's from store to customers, right? So it's from store to customers. You could, like I said, if you have one store, you could service, you have more than one staff, you'll be able to service multiple customers at the same time. So there's a little bit of leverage there, but what comes with that is also overhead, right? Okay, now, remember the virtual online store, you have an online presence, then you're able to service multiple customers at the same time. And that's what we call, like, you literally have a virtual presence, online presence, right? And it's going to be from cloud to customers, or what's known as B2C, right? Business to customers. Okay. So what's next? Well, I hope that this diagram was going to help you understand better of what's next. Like I said earlier, it's social e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce. And what this model does is that besides you yourself have the opportunity to have an online presence, it also empowers other people to have their own online presence that's tied to you. And as that happens, everybody can go out there and get customers. And basically, your ability to acquire customers become a lot bigger. I remember when I was in Hong Kong talking to some traditional entrepreneurs and business people, they was like, how do we go from business B2C? How do we maximize and maximize our reach to customers? Well, this business model, social e-commerce, allow us to go from cloud to cloud with shared interest. Meaning, what we're able to do, instead of B2C, we're actually going from B to empowering a C to become a B. So it's really C to B. You reverse that. I mean, can you imagine the power of having the opportunity to empower a consumer? If they want to, they can consume the product, use the product, share the product. At the same time, they are empowered to have the opportunity to become an entrepreneur. That is powerful concept. That is from C to B. If you look at this picture where you go from cloud, B to C, it's your business on a virtual online presence, then you get customers. Versus you have your online presence, you empower other people to have their online presence, and they go out there and get customers. And you yourself can get customers as well. So this model truly is revolutionized the business model that we've been taught. Okay. And so I also want to take a few minutes, talk about, the ecosystem of our business landscape. Okay. So this is truly, when you truly understand this business model, you're like, I want this business model. And so I know that because I'm married to a physician. My husband is a medical doctor in LA. He has a medical practice, has employee, has an office, has all this stuff that overheads that he has to run. But when you truly understand this model, I'm like, this is it. Okay. So the ecosystem of a business, a landscape, right? So a provider, what is a provider? A provider is a provider of a platform, right? A platform, what do they do? What does a provider do? Their job, their role is to provide product and services, provide research and development of product, and management, administrative. They do all the logistics. So that would take that away from us. And you see, to me, I'm a very good hard worker. I'm an entrepreneur, but I would love it for someone to shoulder to be the provider of the platform, whereby I can go and build my distribution channel and my customer base. I would love doing that, but I want someone else to handle to do the heavy lifting for me, right? So because of that the providers, if you look at a system, a computer system, providers like a hardware, right? And so I want you to think about this for a second. It doesn't matter how talented you are as an artist, as a singer, as a performer, whatever profession you're in, we all needed a platform, right? If you're a great singer, if someone gives you a platform to sing, wouldn't it be beautiful? So that is the hardware, right? So now, once the hardware is in, what is the software that runs this landscape? Well, the softwares are participants, people like you and I, entrepreneurs that, you know what, we're very good at promoting business. We're very good at getting customers. We just want someone else to do heavy lifting for us. Well, you know, the participants, what we're building is a global community of entrepreneurs. We are people from all walks of life, different walks of life, housewives, doctors, lawyers, and everything in between, right? So this participant, this global community, we are the software of this ecosystem, right? Now, so having said that, so in this business ecosystem, what are some of the influencing factors? And I would say that there's three major influencing factors in influencing any business. And so first is economy, right? So when you want to launch a business, wouldn't you want to launch the business? Well, that's right. Thumbs up. You want to launch business that you can leverage the economy, right? Now, you know, when timing's good, it's good. And what about when timing's not too timely? Well, you know, if it's not too timely, you want to find a business that people, whether it's good time or challenging times, that people want to gravitate towards a new evolution, if you would. And so, and also what I love about this, and having had the opportunity of building a business, a company that were able to ship product to over 100 countries and territories, is this. I learned the power of leveraging the global economy. So let's just say that if the economy in certain regions, certain countries not too good, and other places might be thriving, I want to be able to leverage that. So economy plays a major role in success of any business, right? So I want to get involved in a business that's recession proof, if there's such a thing, right? And so, and also timing. Timing is very important. You know, timing in anything, right? I mean, I remember, you know, in the old days, right? Now, I used to live in LA, and sometimes I still do, right? So I remember many years ago in Los Angeles, right? Timing. I remember foot massage, like foot massage was really hot back then in the earlier days, right? I mean, they were charging $60 an hour. But as competition gets more fierce, well, you know what, 10, 15 years later, instead of $60 an hour, they go down to $9 an hour. So is timing important? Absolutely. And timing to me in business, not only in terms of timing of a company, timing of a platform, but timing in what society needs. And what society wants is they want change, they want opportunity. And so the third very influential factor is called trend. So you want to find out what the masses people are looking for. And if you can provide the solution, you're ahead of the trend, you get ahead of the trend, you get ready, and you go, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the trend, right? So I want you to think about this. The last couple of years, what took place in society? What do people want the most? They want health. And, you know, health product that actually, you know, are backed by science. So I'm going to talk briefly about that. So these three major factors influence the success of a business. And so now that we understand the business ecosystem, Okay, let's now take a look at the trend, right? We'll talk about the trend. The last couple of years, as humanity face all that's facing us, we want to make sure that we have, to me, physical wellness is number one wealth. Okay. You got to be physically healthy, physical, mental, and spiritual. You got to be healthy. So, we have a company that is truly where science meets wellness. So with that, we have a thought leader in the wellness space, a global leader in the phytonutrient curation, Dr. Dan Gubler. Okay, our product, our edge is in the advanced delivery system. Now, before we talk about, you are what you eat. I was taught many years ago that you are what you eat. Well, that's really no longer very true, because you are not only what you eat, you are what your body can absorb, what your body are able to absorb. So, absorption has to do with delivery system. How are these phytonutrients get into your body? So this is one of our edges, right? The advanced delivery technologies. Another one, we actually one of the very few company in this space that actually have done clinical studies. We have done a cellular absorption study, and not only that, for a very young company, we actually have a scientific advisory board. Thank goodness for these beautiful doctors, medical doctors. They actually serve the board pro bono. They don't charge any money, but they just want to serve because they love our technology and they want to sit on the board. So not only that, we also have another study that we have recently done, conducted by the third party. It's called our epigenetic study. It's amazing. Okay. And all this information, by the way, you can get it from the website later on. Okay. And so, like I said before, this is another edge of ours. Very few company in this space that all of their products are listed in the PDR. Now it's called prescribers digital reference, okay, the PDR. So all 6 of our products are listed in the PDR, which is huge. It's a huge thing, okay? So when you talk about, product that are science-backed and quality tested, this is what people are looking for these days. I want to be healthy physically. And also time, we talk about timing, right? How important is timing? Very important. Our company was just officially launched in March. So not even 8 months now. So 9 months now. We're in December already. My goodness. Okay. So timing, technology, absolutely amazing. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about this. After being an entrepreneur for 30 years, I have, many people I came to America when I was 14 years old. This is 44 years ago, almost 45 years ago. And, it took me to become an entrepreneur to realize if there's anything you get tonight at all, I hope that you understand this thing I'm about to share with you. And it's about having the awareness and knowing where we are and knowing who we are. Okay. So let's take a look at the timeline, the life timeline, right? So, when we're born, how many years ago, for me, it was like 58 years ago, right? When I was born, 59 years ago almost, then it brings us to now. Whatever experiences, whatever journey we went on, take us to now. Then we have the future trajectory, if you would. That's the future, right? Now, from birth to now is the past. It's gone. Hopefully we learn and grow from our past experiences. It's the past. Nothing we can do about it, but hopefully we gain wisdom and knowledge gained from that past, okay? And that takes us to, and the future is unknown. And I often talk about this. Future is unknown, and it's how do we go pivot and to manifest which we want into reality, and future's unknown. I always say this, and I always love it. There is magic in the unknown, because now, what's in now, we don't know what's happening in the future, right? If you would, the future, right? But past, nothing we can do about it. But what we can do right now, it's open. It's up to us how we want to direct our life. So how do we make that shift? How do we make that change? It's becoming aware that we at this moment, we can choose our action. We can make our decision, choose our action, and do the right thing to manifest what is it we want. So how do we go about that? And I think right now, more than ever, that people want more. They wanted more, not more money, obviously, of course, some people wanted more money, but to me, wanting more is wanting more impact, wanting more to wanting more to help others. But and also for me, what's important to me is, wanting to be more alive. I mean, in the times that we're living in right now, I wanted to be more alive. I wake up and go, yes, I am alive. We could do something. You know what? Because no matter what, we still have to live out this life. Might as well live happily and excited. So, and more importantly, to go out there and make an impact. By changing our lives, we can help change other people's lives, right? So wanting more. In order for us to pivot, first, we got to have an awareness. Where are we? Most people don't take the time to evaluate where they are in life. Just like when you're going to the mall, if you were to go to the mall, you want to find a certain stores. Let's say you want to find Bloomingdale, or you want to find Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth Avenue or Nordstrom, wherever. So you want to look at the mall, you want to find a store you want to go. When you look at the map, what's the first thing you got to identify? Is where you are, like you are here. So we first must identify where you are, where we are in life. Before we can go where you want to go, like this is where you want to go, but you got to know where you are. In order to navigate where you want to go, you need to know where you are, right? So, and really, I hope really tonight's call, it will awaken something, it will spark something in you. So, where am I? Are you happy with where you are? If not, well, you know what? Let's pivot, okay? So once you identify where you are, then what is your why? What makes you want to get up? What is your outlook in life? If there's a chance for you to pivot from wherever you are, if you're not happy where you are, maybe you're super happy where you are, but you want it more. You want more change, more impact, more meaning, more alive, right? So why? That's your purpose, right? So with your purpose, then that's your fuel to drive towards that change, okay? And so now, again, with all that, you know where you are, you know your purpose, we all need a vehicle. Like, many 30 somewhat years ago now, I was in corporate America. I got downsized. I was laid off. I didn't know what I was going to do. Someone introduced me to this industry, to this space. It has been a long journey of learning. So no matter how hardworking we are, how talented we are, we need a vehicle. So we need a vehicle. Now, with what we're about to here to share with you at 3, people can look at this vehicle to get to where you are. Some people will ride this vehicle like it's a bicycle, like slow ride, right? Some people will look at this as a Ford. Some people will look at this as a Porsche, as a Ferrari. However, your perception of what it is, that's what determines your action is what your perception is, what this vehicle is. So for me, we are whole. There's a group of us here that are here to build a multi-billion-dollar company. Okay, so that's a vehicle that we're looking at. And that's why we're putting forth the effort in driving this and making the impact to society. Okay, last but not least, you have the vehicle, you need an action plan. And so what do we have? We have an action plan for you. For those of you that are open and willing, with an action plan. So now let's talk about briefly how you go about expanding this community. First, you have to learn it right? So, no matter what perception or knowledge you had, or you thought you had of this space, you know what? If you're willing to, just say, unlearn the past, unlearn and relearn, okay? So learn it right, and then do it right, okay? And the third part is very important. Teach it right, because we're in a business of duplication. This is how you're going to expand your global community, by duplicating. You yourself got to learn it right, you do it right, and you teach it right. So we try to eliminate energy leaks, okay? No energy leaks. You learn it right, you do it right, and you teach it right, okay? Now, what we have here tonight is a turnkey business system. Okay, I don't know whatever app you're running. I certainly want you to download this app called 3 app. Okay, with this 3 app, it's a business, business in an app. Okay, if you would. Okay, so for those we're right now, the last couple of months, we have attracted many professionals who have never been involved in this space before. So we actually are very excited. I think it was last week, we launched, a week or 2 weeks ago, we launched this WOW book. Okay, WOW stands for Welcome Orientation Workbook. It doesn't matter if you are a brand new rookies in this space, or you are seasoned professionals. We have something here that's like a cookie cutter that can guide you on how to build this business effectively in this social e-commerce space. Okay. Now, so we have 3 digital tools. The first digital tool is for those who are interested in the business. So it's a digital tool, it's a PDF file. You can actually, for people that are interested in learning more about this opportunity, you can literally send them this digital PDF and they can just use it. If they have a smartphone or iPad or whatever, a tablet, they can use their finger and tap the QR code or tap the picture. It will play it for them. So instead of, this is truly about duplication. We have professionals that are here that are presenting the business for you, right? And so this is for people. Digital tool number 1 is for people who are interested in learning more about the opportunity. So I know tonight we have many people that are new on this call here tonight. You're welcome to download this PDF digital tool number 1 and learn the details about this opportunity. Now, digital tool number 2 is for people that want to learn more about science and our product and all the science behind our product. Well, we have all that stuff. We actually have our Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Dan Goulber, talking about it. You will also meet our Scientific Advisory Board and a whole bunch of whatever stuff that you want to learn about our product. It's right here. And then some on this PDF. So this is for people who are interested in our product and technology and science, right? Okay, so digital tool number 3 are for entrepreneurs who want to learn how to build this business. So we have all this stuff right here for you. So it's truly a turnkey business system. So timing, I tell you, when you get involved, 10 months ago, well, it's a little, 10 months ago is a little work, right? And we actually perfected the system in a way that for timing is perfect for our new people here today. And for our seasoned professional people that have been running for a few months, this will make your business a lot more simpler. Okay. Now, so turnkey. Now, so here's what I want to talk about. To me, this industry is a phenomenal business platform, but it's truly a personal development with a comp plan attached to it. I'm going to talk about the cycle of growth and transformation. This industry has completely transformed me. I mean, not only from a financial aspect, it's from all aspects. My knowledge about wellness, about physical wellness, about financial wellness, and ultimately it's about spiritual wellness, right? So I want to talk about the cycle of growth and transformation. So first, we gotta learn. Just like, when people, like I went to 4-year college, university, then I go get a job, right? And so here you earn while you learn. So you learn this business, you learn it right? Then you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it right? So you apply what you learn. It's not only about learning, you're going to do this. Whatever you learn, you're going to apply it and you do it. And after you're doing it, then you're going to teach it, okay? Because that's duplication. Then when you're teaching it, what are you doing? You are leading. And then you go back to learn more and more and more. Until now, 30 years later, I'm still learning. And so this is about life. It's about growth. It's about expansion. Ultimately, in this cycle, what it's all about, it is about us driving change. You want to be the change you want to see. I mean, the way I look at it, we're all change agents in the times we're living in right now. So with that, I thank you so very much for plugging in tonight, for tuning in tonight. This is truly very exciting time of this company. So I am really blessed to have the opportunity to play a role, to play a part in this global movement, this wellness movement. With that, thank you so much. Have a great evening.